Together for Julio Vincent Gambuto. Hello, Julio! Hello. Happy Father's Day, happy Pride, happy Juneteenth. If you are gay and black and a dad, I hope you had today off. My name is Julio. That's an Italian name, Giulio. When I was a kid, my mom changed the spelling because she wanted to make it more American. So she made it Julio and made me Latino. So, hola a todos, bienvenidos al show de comedia al Gotham Comedy Club. It's been about 10 years since I've been on stage, plus COVID, so it's been about 25 years since I've been on stage. I'm an uncle now. I have 5 nephews and 1 niece. Yes, they're adorable. I had nothing to do with it, but thank you. They're great. They call me Uncle Julie, which is such a pretty name for a grown man. I love them, but they're growing up really differently. The world is different now, right? So I looked at my niece the other day, and I was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she's 10. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, hot. They're an Instagram generation. That's the girl. She's obsessed with dance. Dance school, dance camp, dance competition. My nephews, individually and collectively, are obsessed with the penis. Like they are trying their damnedest to figure it out. Last summer in the pool, all 5 of them surrounded me in the deep end like sharks in the water. And the 8-year-old, who's the spokesperson, was like, Uncle Julie, we have a question. And I was so excited, right? Because I'm like, oh, they're coming to me for uncle advice. The balls. I'm like, that's not a question. Are they part of the body, or do they just hang from the body? That's a good question for a kid, right? So I was like, oh, gentlemen, I'm so glad you asked. Actually, it's both. They're part of the body, and at some point they will hang from the body. It's all connected. And you could see all 5 of them like process that information. And then the spokesperson goes, either way, cool feature. But I'm glad they asked because I have some trouble bonding with the boys. I'm the gay uncle. Any gunkles in the house? No, okay, good, yeah. Decade after decade, Thanksgiving gets easier for our species. So yeah, the gunkles, it's tough because the girls are easy. The girls are like, hey, I have a gay uncle. The boys, it's a little harder because all they do is talk about sports. Basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey, football. These are all the same things to me. The channels you skip on the way to HGTV. I don't care if you win or lose. I care if you love it or list it. The other day, my nephew said something about Julian Edelman. I don't know who that is. It's like, you don't know who Julian Edelman is? Do you know who Tom Brady is? And in my head, I'm like, yeah, the hot one. Like, do you even know Steph Curry? And now I'm pissed, right? Because I'm being embarrassed by a 10-year-old. And I was like, do you know who Kristen Chenoweth is? I didn't think so, bitch. But coming out to the kids was actually great. I sat them down all in a circle, all at the same time. I said, I'm only doing this once because I've been through this already with your parents in the 90s. Said, most boys like girls, most girls like boys. Some boys like boys, some girls like girls. And then, because I'm a nerd, I felt myself drifting into the data, right? So I was like, well, they say that 2 out of 10 people in the world might be gay. Blank faces. And my niece says, Uncle Julie, my dance teacher's gay. And I said, no shit! And then the 4-year-old says, Uncle Julie, Portia at school has 2 mommies. And I said, Nikki, that's because only lesbians would name their daughter Portia. So I thought we were in the clear, and then the next day my sister calls and says, your nephew lined up all the 4th grade boys and said, 2 of you are gay! Thanks everybody, thanks for being here.